All right, a very good morning to you. Welcome to Corporate Governance Platform, a program sponsored by the Institute of Chartered Administrators of Nigeria. Today, Wednesday, August 12, 2020, our focus is on corporate meetings as a vehicle of attaining strategic objectives. My name is Olabisi Omidiri. Our guest this morning is Mr. OLUFEMI ADABALE, FCIS. Mr. OLUFEMI, good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Right, it's good to have you on Corporate Governance Platform.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, let's start with the issue we have, which is corporate meetings as a vehicle of attaining strategic objectives. Also joining me this morning in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe. Good morning, sir.
Missy, good morning. Our dear listeners, good morning to you too.
All right. Mr. Adabale, why is effective board meeting so regarded as important in corporate governance?
Well, let me start by saying that the essence of corporate governance is to create a mechanism through which the company can be effectively run. That said, the board has been appointed as trustees of the shareholders. So therefore, for the company to be able to be effectively managed, the board must be frequently meet so that to strategize and monitor the management of the company. This way, they can perform their duties in the best interest of the shareholders. In fact, it is said that the frequency of the board meetings measure of board effectiveness. You know, even though there has been some contentions on, the cost effect or implication and charging expenses and certain allowance of board meetings. But regardless of that, it can't take away the performance that the board has contributed to the organization.
All right. All right. Will you say that ravaging COVID-19 pandemic has had any effect on the way companies hold their meetings? Now, if yes, will you say this effect is negative or positive?
Certainly to some certain extent. Let me say, first of all, the impact depends on the way board handles or respond to the pandemic. Before the pandemic, there has been an advance in technology. So if company has been able to quickly key into the advantages that teleconferences has brought into corporate world, then of course it's a plus because the COVID-19 itself, though no operation plan for it, so it would be very easy for companies to just easily adapt into virtual meetings. So it would be a negative effect for a board which has not been meeting frequently through virtual meetings to easily adapt. So for such a board, it's going to be a negative impact.
Okay. Now, what are the key issues that are crucial for effective board meeting?
Okay, let me start by saying that that will be divided into three aspects. The pre-board meeting, during board meeting, and perhaps maybe the post-board meeting. Because the issues that are crucial to effective board meetings start even with issuing of notice, for instance, the pre-meeting. What the length of notice that has been served, and those that are entitled to serve notice, they have received good time to be able to prepare, for the meeting. The content of the notice as well as the authority, content for the meeting. At the same time, we have some other agendas that matter, right, and need to be developed after the meeting. Now, during the meeting, of course, quorum has to be formed, chairman has to be present, the way the motions and votings are being done, and at the same time, the post-meeting will have to do with the minutes. There was the company secretary able to draft it in good time to be able to circulate to members. So these are the key issues that eventually will make the board meeting to be effective.
All right, and the code provides thus, in relation to board, every director should endeavor to attend all board meetings. The attendance record of directors should be among the criteria for the re-election of a director, quote and unquote. Now, why do you think it is desirable for the attendance record to be used among other criteria for FPR director re-election?
Okay, first of all, to fulfill their responsibility and discharge their duties effectively. Second of all, to make genuine contribution, because board members are expected to contribute using their skills, their experiences to actually move the board organization forward. Then finally, you may recall that board take decision collectively. So it is required that board members be present for their meetings. Because if board are not present for the meetings, that means board members are not present for their meetings. That means the company will suffer. And of course, for such the director, the reappointment could be a problem for the organization in the long run. So it is important that board members attend meetings. That is why I believe these are three reasons, among others, that I believe that attendance for meetings is a criteria for reappointment of directors.
All right, and for our dear listeners, still corporate governance platform on Equate 9.7, and we're looking at corporate meetings as a vehicle of attaining strategic objectives with Mr. OLUFEMI ADABALE, FCIS. Mr. ADABALE, what advantages are accruable for having shareholders meeting in the realm of corporate governance?
Right, there are quite a number of advantages that we can derive from having shareholders meeting. The shareholders are the primary owners of the company. They invest their funds. They only, entrust this fund in the hands of the directors, who, of course, they are the agents of the principal, which are the shareholders. So it's expected that the agents, which are the directors, are expected to give account to their stewardship, to the owners of the primary owners of this company. So the advantage is that it's going to let the shareholders know the state of the organization, the financial health of the organization, the operational objectives of the organization, the strategies, the leadership that have been provided for the 1 year calendar. So there are so many advantages, but just some of it.
All right, and we must appreciate you, Mr. OLUFEMI ADABALE, FCIS. Thank you for taking our time to inform us on the corporate governance platform.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Mr. Kayode Ketefe is here, the ACIS Head of Research, ICSAN. He has some important announcement to make. Hello,
Thank
sir.
you very much, BC. Our dear listeners, please listen carefully to the following announcements. ICSAN is holding today a press conference on the new Companies and Allied Matters Act, KAMA 2020. It will be recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari, on August 7, 2020, signed into law the new Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. This new corporate law, made after 30 years of the last KAMA 1990, has introduced quite a number of innovations, ranging from those intended to engender ease of doing business in the country to those being introduced to deal with exigencies of the present times. The new law also contains provisions aimed at aligning the country's corporate law with international best practices. ICSAN, as a leading institute on corporate governance and public administration, is now organizing this press conference to throw more light on all cogent areas of this new law. The conference, featuring the president of the institute, Mr. Bode Ayeku, FCIS, as the host, is scheduled to hold at the ICSAN Secretariat, Alausa, Ikeja, today at 2 p.m. West African time. This is an important event that should interest corporate governance professionals as well as members of the public seeking enlightenment on the new KAMA 2020. Everything you need to know about this new law will be addressed while all the shady areas which have been generating doubts and controversy here and there will be cleared by the president of ICSAN, Mr. Bode Ayeku, FCIS. We want you to be part of this knowledge sharing forum. However, because of the restriction on mass gathering by the government as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, members of the public are to join the conference virtually. Please join the press conference through Zoom with this meeting ID 854-784-67744. I take it again, 854-784-67744. The link to the meeting is also available in all our social media, all of which you can access easily in our institute website, that is www.icsan.org. So link up with us at 2 p.m. today. We're expecting you. The second announcement is on ICSAN Handbook on Meetings and Minutes. As we all know, the theme of today's ICSAN Corporate Governance platform revolves around board meeting. So let me use this opportunity to announce that the Institute has published a handbook called ICSAN Company Secretary Handbook. Incidentally, the current edition of this handbook focuses exclusively on meetings and minutes, and it explores A to Z of corporate meetings while also giving deep insight into the art of writing minutes. So it may be described as practitioner compendium. As a matter of fact, many stakeholders have given us feedback that they have found the book very useful. It contains all answers to the question you may want to ask on the issue of meetings and minute writing. And the price of the handbook is just 5,000 naira. You can purchase it online on the ICSAN's website. You can also buy it physically at our National Secretariat in Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. It is also available at all our branches nationwide. Thank you very much. For contact number, when you want to purchase book or want more information concerning the handbook, please call 080-3468-9366. I take it again, 080-3468-9366. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, and we must thank Mr. Kayode Ketefe, ACIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Thank you. Today's show has been on corporate meetings as a vehicle of attaining strategic objectives, and we spoke with Mr. OLUFEMI ADABALE, FCIS, on the issue. Join us every Wednesday at 10:15 on the station Eco 89.7 FM for our update from the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria. My name is Olabisi Omidiri. Have for yourself a great morning.